All right, family. All right. All right, family. Welcome back and welcome in to another live episode here of A Different View podcast, right? That you can find on Spotify, on Apple, on Pandora at A Different View. At A Different View is the name of it. And also where you can find your boy on YouTube at A Different View 80. When you look up A Different View 80, you'll find the little folder there that says A Different View, so on and so forth. We are not going to keep you all long today. We want to hop on just a short live. We will repost this. Again, we are talking in the subject of relationships specifically today. Good mention. We haven't gone over the different significances in the month of September, of course, as we end out here in August on a Friday. We're gonna have a little discussion on Labor Day, right? We'll see if we get to it the rest of this weekend. We may double back on the topic. Okay, clearly said, and if I had the captions to say it, I would say, power to the people. Right? Power to the people, family. Again, the game don't work, podcasts don't work, lives don't work without the engagement of the people, family. One thing that we have to realize very clearly and concisely, and all the other fun words, right, is that in order for us to do what must be done in this life, it is both individual and collective. Life is lived in balance. No one is greater than the other, yet each one is great. Say it again. No one is greater than the other, yet each one is great, family, right? So this is just what it is. We've got to recognize, unfortunately, right, we got Labor Day and the startup of school again, right? Shout out to the youth one time. Y'all play this, like, share it, subscribe it, play it around the church, your churches, your mosques, your learning centers, family, right? Again, school is back in section. I had done an episode a while ago talking on the disciple, because for so long being in the church, all you keep hearing, and let me just do this here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, y'all might have heard that Yahoo in the background. My apologies. I did not, I didn't dumb it down there, so, my apologies, right? We have to begin to learn and understand, family, that in this life, things are done individual and collective. And in the learning places, like on the job, that's a learning place. Like in school, that's a learning place. Shout out to the teachers one time, right? As we start up across the nation, for that which is the basic indoctrination of the youth, family, right? We gonna have to teach them how this life works, so that we can continue to make this mess over here work, y'all, right? Unfortunately, I don't say that proudful, but we say it convicted, family, right? There's things in life we know. Too many times people want to keep telling you everything you don't know and what's a theory, right? All these different kinds of things. There are things in life we know. We know that this system does not work without the worker, right? You know that for a fact. Don't believe me? Execute off all the people and then just leave the bosses. See how that works. It don't. Because the laws of life that have been set down here, that flow and function, whether we know it or not, or whether we believe it or not, dictate that in order for certain things to occur, for certain successes to occur, it's both boss and worker. Right? So shout out to the group in the Northeast back in the day, when you look at the history of Labor Day, that helped build this thing to what it is, right? Because, again, workers, unions, I understand people poo-poo unions. Again, you need representation. The worker needs representation, family. Again, we are some good house and bought Negroes out here. Can I say that? It doesn't matter the culture. We're okay making an excuse for Massa not paying us correctly. We're okay making an excuse for Massa not giving us PTO. Where'd all that go, by the way? I mean, we know where it went in their pocket, but we're just asking, where did it go, y'all, right? Because unfortunately, sometimes we just don't think through a thing. Where'd all that go? You know, family, thank y'all for welcoming, for coming in, welcome in. Where did all that go? You know, sick time. We had said this about sick time when we catch these little colds, right? Because it's getting colder now, family, right? Certain places of the world is starting to get colder. Certain places of the nation, it's starting to get colder. And as it gets colder, right, because we don't pay attention sometimes, and sometimes these things happen physically with the body, you're going to catch one of these little nasally, achoo, 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 all over the place, right? When that happens, y'all, the virus that causes that, this is stuff that they have studied. It's another thing that we have been taught by masses to discredit. So we discredit science. But in reality, science is part of our salvation, y'all. Again, the word salvation just means set apart. So it's another way it helps you to set apart from that which may not be good for you for that which should be good for you, right? Where did all that go? Right? Studying the sick days, where do they go? Just 5? See, everybody everywhere has bought into a mindset that tells you this on your job. For those who are enlightened, which you may partially agree or maybe not, right? Then you tell them, hey, if you see it, you go do it. Family, that's not going to work. We also hide behind this kind of idea. Hey, we got bills to pay. We ain't got no time to get fired, standing up for nothing. Family. We know, right? Again, we know, especially for us who cook seafood, right? When you're dealing with the crab, when you're dealing with the lobster, you got to slowly boil that thing down in order to get what you want, right? You just don't pop it up in there in the hot water, correct? Somebody in the thing, just let your boy know, right? If you cook seafood before, if you cook crab and lobster, right? You gotta put that thing in there and slowly turn up that's what's going on, y'all. It went on with our dear ancestors and elders. Anybody in the live that might be like, 50, 60, 70 years old, 80 years old. Look how long you gotta work for retirement. You dead by the time you get retired. 70 some odd years old is where they got it. If people are living to around 90, man, so 20 years is what they give you. 70 years on the plantation, 20 years of freedom. Don't that sound like massa? Yo, that sound like massa, family, fighting for pensions and all these things. Take the time this weekend to thank the worker, family. Right? We get it. We can do this. Without the boss, you wouldn't be able to. We can do that garbage till the cows come home. Take the time to thank that worker, man. Thank that cashier. You thank that stocker. Come on now. It don't matter what retail store you go into, no matter what place of business you thank these clerks and attendants, because manufacturing and distribution is the lifeblood of every business in every continent on this beautifully created planet. Take the time to thank these people. Everybody who reads this Uncle Tom story has read it backwards. We need to stop making fun of Uncle Tom and start turning our attention more to the Simon Legrees and Sambos of the story. The good house and bought Negro that lets you know, Toby, ain't nothing wrong here on this plantation. Why is you mad? You know, say it in, if I was, I'm doing this freewheeling, but if I was in front of my computer, you know, we would play you a clip from Uncle Ruckus. We got a lot of Uncle Ruckuses in our families, in the village, in the camp. Y'all, they are okay. Just, you know, I don't understand why these Negroes, they just got to talk all the time about what massa doing. They ain't doing nothing. While you working for massa. But you know, we read you last time in Carter G. Woodson's awesome book. And I encourage everybody who has or don't or maybe half read it to reread or read Miseducation of the Negro. Because this is where this is at, y'all. There's high levels of miseducation going on. Which is why we act the way we do. You know what I mean? This is why we act the way we do. Yeah, Labor Day for the people, man. We're not saying that the boss don't put in no work. And you got a good boss, you know they putting in that work. But for the ones that are okay sitting there folding their hand, looking at you working with that whip ready to crack, man, we're good over here on that. We're good over here on that. If you got time to complain, you got time to help somebody. Right, y'all, that this is how it is. Right, and thank y'all, family, for your support, for joining in, for, you know, coming down, listen to your boy for a minute. Again, if you feel it, you know, leave comments and stuff. Again, let's show them we can do it respectfully. Right, let's show them we can do that. This sickness to kind of tear down each other is dog eat dog, man. It's like Lucian from the Underworld movies, man. Like we just looking at the Lycans while the vampires is trying to exterminate them because they just don't like them. Which is what all this mess is. That's what it is between the worker and the boss, man. They just don't like you. That ain't got nothing to do with us doing business together. Right? We have torn up the fabric of how life works on some damned crusade of who can get to the stuff the most, man. You talk about hungry hippos as a game, man. Oh boy, we got some skinny folk out there that are looking a little big, man, because they're greedy. It's greediness going on. I mean, that's really where we're going, because it's just a little short little ditty, right? I'm not trying to, yeah, and I know the word ditty is old school again. It's a short little ditty, right? We just wanted to hop on, be encouraged, you know, have a happy Labor Day weekend, y'all. Y'all do that barbecue. Turn up one time for those that put in them hours, the blue collar, the white collar worker. Ain't no division. We all working on a plantation somewhere, family, right? And that thing can be in a cubicle, or it can be in some retail, public or private owned, don't matter. You know, you want whether you're in the Association of Masses business, or, you know, and there's a bunch of plantations that are all owned under one of these businesses or not, man, we are working on some plantation, okay? We gonna have to stand up together, again, with legal and financial backing, because this is how it works. And we gonna have to stand on our square, family, in order. This is what has always happened and what will continue. Right. So thank you, family, for walking this road with me. We will catch up to y'all next time for sure. This is Labor Day weekend, y'all. Right, the end of August, beginning into September. Play Earth, Wind, and Fire September one time. Right. And let's just enjoy this good earth, man. Fall is coming. Right. When September 1st hits, it's another 20 days from there. Enjoy the change of the seasons. This is what it's all about. Right. We work too damn much, and we do not take time to stop and smell the roses, as the phrase goes. So that's what your boy got for you today. We will talk.